أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. واصبر لحكم ربك فإنك بأعيننا سبح بحمد ربك حين تقوم ومن الليل فسبحه وإدبار النجوم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والنجم إذا هوى ما ضل صاحبكم وما ينطق عن الهوى إن هو إلا وحي يوحى. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. واصبر لحكم ربك فإنك بأعيننا وسبح بحمد ربك حين تقوم ومن الليل فسبحه وإدبار النجوم. والنجم إذا ما ضل صاحبكم وما غوى وما ينطق عن الهوى إن هو إلا وحي يوحى. علمه شديد القوى ذو مرة. علمه شديد القوى ذو مرة فاستوى. ذو مرة فاستوى وهو بالأفق كان قاب قوسين فكان قاب قوسين أو أدنى فأوحى إلى عبده ما أوحى فأوحى إلى عبده ما أوحى ما كذب الفؤاد ما رأى فأوحى إلى عبده ما أوحى ما كذب الفؤاد ما رأى أفتمارونه على ما يرى أفتمارونه على ما يرى ولقد رآه نزلة أخرى عند سدرة المنتهى عندها جنة المأوى إذ يغشى السدرة ما يغشى إذ يغشى السدرة ما يغشى ما زاغ البصر ما زاغ البصر وما طغى لقد رأى من آيات ربه الكبرى بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنا أعطيناك الكوثر فصل لربك وانحر إن شانئك هو الأبتر صدق الله العظيم.
السلام على رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. أما بعد، أنشد حسان بن ثابت أغر عليه للنبوة خاتم أغر عليه للنبوة خاتم من الله مشهود يلوح ويشهد وضم الإله اسم النبي إلى اسمه إذا قال في المؤذن أشهد وشق له من اسمه ليجله فذو العرش محمود وهذا محمد. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. If only you understood what I just read in Arabic, wallahi your hair would be standing. When Hassan bin Thabit, you will say the private poet of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, when people were using bullets and shields in warfare, and there was a time when words was also warfare, as we have today where the media is warfare. A man who praised Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam on his mimbar in front of him. Allah, when you see his words, how compact, how nicely he says. He says, this nubuwwat of yours is a shining testimony of who you are. He says, you are such a magnificent individual. that the creator of the heavens and the earth, وَضَمَّ الْإِلَهُ إِسْمَ النَّبِيِّ إِلَىٰ إِسْمِهِ, Allah took his name and joined it to your name, such that it is impossible for us today to separate these two names. Wherever you see Allah, you will find Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. He says he made it such that your every prayer facet is not accepted. If the muazzin is saying Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, that azan is incomplete without Ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. He says Allah loved him so much. وَشَقَّ لَهُ مِنْ إِسْمِهِ, Allah took from his own name, pulled out from his name your name. فَذُو الْعَرْشِ مَحْمُودُ, Allah, one of his names is Mahmud. And from this word Mahmud, he took out Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Allah, I just seeing you all sitting over here, thinking to myself, Ya Rabbi Salli, on a night which is commemorated as Mi'raj, it is only the lovers who will come out to hear about the beloved. In this world of chaos, mayhem and darkness that we are living in, Allah, is not a person sitting anywhere, especially if you're a Muslim, who you don't have some anxiety, some worry, some fear, something or the other that's worrying you. Everyone has this. And the solution to all these worries and problems, Wallahi bi Rabbil Kaaba, is in understanding this concept of Mi'raj. Today I was reading one article, you get alternative news. In India, some people kidnapped a Muslim girl for 6 to 7 days, multiply raping her in a temple, then killing her and throwing her body one side. And then they caught these people. Like those of us who know the news, we know the entire story. They were caught. These are the perpetrators. These are the ones who did the crime. Yet the government made it such, they had some toy, some strike, they had to release these people. How does your blood feel when a Muslim lady, a young girl, multiply raped by a group of people, and yet nothing took place? I ask you, my brother, if you got money also, what freedom do you have? We're living in houses like forts. Yet one crack in the roof, one noise, we're jumping up to see our cameras, to check our alarm systems. Who has peace? If you're driving somewhere, will somebody kidnap my child? Will somebody steal something of mine? So this is the world we are living in. The other part of the world is in chaos of war, direct murder, gassing and killing children. The media is so full of it, we hear it so much, we have become, as you would say, rhino thick-skinned. Hey, 2 people died, one of those things. 50 people died. We're immune to it. But wallahi, look at ourselves as an individual. Take yourself and listen to my words. How many of us, when we stand in salah, we can say, As-salatu mi'rajul mu'min? How many of us are connecting with Allah? Sincerely. When I make Allahu Akbar, the very action of my hand should be say, I surrender this entire world. I am in communion with my Allah. I am in a sila. Salah comes from the word sila, when you sow something and join it. Are we really joining with Allah? Are we really detoxing ourselves from all this filth, dirt and sin around us? Are we feeling spiritually uplifted? Do we feel some sakina in our hearts? Or is it every time we pray, our hearts are becoming harder? And the bigger your beard, the longer your kurta, the bigger you are stealing from people. And wallahi, look at it, what hope do we have? This is the dark picture I've put in front of you. How do we find a solution to this? Wallahi, the first solution is understanding the seerah of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And then this is our sunnah. This is where we get success and salvation from. Take from the message and how we can apply it in our lives. The time of Mi'raj, 10th year after Nubuwwat. 10th year, Prophet is preaching for 10 years. Sometimes, we can't even fathom what is 10 years. Because life is just moving so fast. One youngster is standing on Mount Abu Qubais. He's standing on the mountain with his father, young boy. He sees a man going from tent to tent, person to person. And he's saying, Ya ayyuhan nas, qulu la ilaha illallah tuflihu. O mankind, O people, O my brothers, the Arabs, those of you all who have come for Hajj, I'm pleading with you all, accept Allah as the one, the sovereign, the king. You will have eternal success. He's crying to the people, May yu'mini, May yansuruni, hatta uballigha risalata rabbi. He's going around announcing to the people, who is there who can give me shelter? Who is there amongst you, my own family, who can give me help? Who can assist me in this task of mine? فَمِنْهُمْ مَنْ حَثَى عَلَيْهِ تُرَابٌ فَمِنْهُمْ مَنْ صَبَّ عَلَيْهِ. Some people are spitting on him. Some people are throwing stones and sand on him. When he is praying in front of the Kaaba, they take the inside of the camel, the stomach, the intestines and the dirt, and they throw it on top of him. They kick him, they trip him, they mock him, they scoff him. They do every atrocity you can think of to this individual. This young boy is witnessing all this. He sees this man. He's carrying on going to person, say la ilaha illallah, say la ilaha illallah. And no one is listening to him. No one is giving him a minute in the day. Hatta intasaf an-nar. Right till the midday of that Arab heat, he comes to take a break. He takes a cloth to wipe his head. His daughter is sitting next to him and she's crying. And he tells his daughter, La takhsha ala abikin ghayra. Take it easy, my daughter. Don't fear. This young boy who's witnessing this, he asked his father, who's this? What is taking place over here? He says, this is Muhammad ibn Abdullah, and this is his daughter, Zainab. And this is just a picture I gave you. Not 1 day, not 2 days, not 3 days. 10 years. 10 years he did this. Person to person. What they did to this individual, his 2 daughters are married. Those of us who got daughters will have some understanding. His uncle, his own chacha, tells his 2 sons, divorce Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam publicly his 2 daughters. Utbah and Utayba. They announced publicly 2 girls go home. Then they put the sanctions on the entire Muslims for 3 years. Now we think sanctions, no, the currency is going up and down. I'll give you a glimpse of their sanctions. One of the Sahaba says, one day, while we were in sanctions in this valley, they locked us in a valley. We can't mix with no one, we can't trade with no one, we can't buy, we can't sell, we can't do nothing. One day I went to relieve myself. While I was urinating, I felt a tuck 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 noise in the sand. I went by where my urine was falling. I pulled out a piece of leather, animal, the cow skin. I cleaned it, dried it, bride it, ate it. I was so hungry. A young girl, Hazrat Fatima al-Zahra, radiyallahu anha, she comes by her mother Khadija, crying, Ummi al-Atash, Ummi al-Atash. My mother, I can't take the thirst anymore. I need some water. Picture this. Small girl, she's crying for water to drink. She is the queen of Jannah. What must be going on the father's heart? Yet relentlessly, no break, nothing diverting him. 10 years pleading with the people, accept Islam. On the 11th year, 6 people from Yathrib, which we know as Madinatul Munawwara, they accept Islam. 6 people. Abu al-Haytham bin Hintan, Mubadah bin Samit, As'ad bin Zurara, Haritha bin Nu'man, Sa'ad bin Rabi, Abdullah bin Rawah, radiyallahu anhum. The first 6 people to accept Islam from Medina, carrying that sadaqatul jariyah till today of an entire city that lights the way for Islam. Well, I think about this. How many of us know these 6 people? The legacy of Islam on the shoulders of 6 men in the 11th year of Nubuwwat. The 11th year passes. The entire year, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, the people of Medina are coming. The people of Medina are coming. 12th year, 12 people. Next year, 72 people and 2 ladies. Mani and Ummara. Then he makes hijrah. He goes to Medina. Now we know the story of Medina. There was no luxury. The Jews were finishing his life up. The battles, the wars, the munafiqs. From every corner, the tests were coming on Habib Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Such that one night our mother Hazrat Aisha radiallahu anha tells us, I could hear him praying to Allah, إِن تُعَذِّبْهُمْ فَإِنَّهُمْ عِبَادُكَ وَإِن تَغْفِرْ لَهُمْ فَإِنَّكَ أَنْتَ الْعَزِيزُ الْحَكِيمُ. He's crying by Allah. He's crying and he's telling, my Allah, if you forgive them, they are your slaves, my Allah. And if you forgive them, my Allah, you are mighty and wise. Who you need to answer to? Crying and crying by Allah. And what is his crying? Ya Rabbi ummati ummati. Ya Rabbi ummati ummati. My brothers, wallahi, follow on this. Was he crying for Abu Bakr and Umar and Uthman and Ali? Was he crying for his companions? Allah already told him, you are Jannatis. Who was he crying for? Allah was crying for me and you. He was crying by Allah for me and you. He cried so much that Allah who sent him for the hidayat of mankind, that Allah who made him a Rasul to give us the message of Islam, who gave him the job of Nubuwwat, now starts sending verses of Quran down. My Habib, why are you doing this? فَلَا تَذْهَبْ نَفْسُكَ عَلَيْهِمْ حَسَرَاتٍ مَا أَنْتَ عَلَيْهِمْ بِجَبَّارٍ لَسْتَ عَلَيْهِمْ بِوَكِيلٍ. Allah sends verses to tell him, yes, I told you to give them the message, but I never tell you to finish yourself. Your health is going, your life is going. Why are you causing such damage to yourself? My Allah, my ummah is at stake. Oh my Allah, my ummah is at stake. Such that a time comes, his biggest support, his wife Hazrat Khatija, passes away. His uncle who was his defense, he passes away. Now he's making da'wat. He goes to Taif. No barriers of support. That entire town send their youngsters and all the scoundrels. They hit him. They throw stones on him. You know, in the hadith it comes, at one stage he was rubbing the blood on his legs. So people will ask him, why are you rubbing your leg? Why are you rubbing this blood? He says, perchance, if this blood has to fall on the earth, then permission has been granted to the angels to destroy this entire place. And I hope from the loins of these people, there will be followers. And we ask ourselves, how many times we curse people, he's doomed for hell. Your own Muslim brother now is very already, he's time for hell. Here he's bleeding and he's worried about the hidayat of the children of the people who he At this juncture, the man is down and out. He's finished. Allah in the heavens down. He tells Jibreel, go fetch my Habib. See, everything Allah used to send down. An angel, his job is to bring it down. Now Allah has something to console his Habib. You've been through so much. Let me put something into your heart, such that not only for you, for everyone who you were crying for, it is a weapon, it is a source of tranquility. So he tells Jibreel, go fetch my Habib. Jibreel goes on the instructions of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When Jibreel leaves, Allah calls him back. Yeah, Jibreel, where are you going? He says, Allah, you gave me instructions, fetch your Habib, so I'm going straight away. How are you going, Jibreel? I'm going to fetch your Habib. No. You're going alone. Take 70,000 of the most esteemed angels. Make an entourage. So respect. This is Habib Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Jibreel comes down to earth. The hadith is so clear. He comes from the roof into the room of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. He comes right to the bed of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. The instructions of Allah, fetch Habib and bring him to me. Now Jibreel is in a fix. He comes, Rasulullah is sleeping. So he comes forward to wake him up. Then he realizes, if I have to offend the Prophet, I'm in problem. Allah will be angry with me. So he comes back. Now he stops for a while. Allah gave me direct instructions to bring him. He comes forward again. And like this, Jibreel Amin is moving up and down, what to do? Allah had to send the command from the angels. Oh Jibreel, here's a solution. Kiss the feet of my Habib. Kiss the feet of my Habib. You will wake him up, plus you will show respect to him. Well, I think about this. Every intricate, Allah took care of for his izzah. Yet today, one day you will say, it is only a sunnah, my brother. It is only something, no, we do it now, no, we're feeling like, but high from Iman, we do it. Yet every detail Allah took care of. Now Jibreel Amin takes Rasulullah, they go to the Kaaba, they come to the Hatim. Hey, Burak is what? Smaller than a mule, smaller than a donkey, bigger than a mule, white in color. Rasulullah jumps on this creature, especially for Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Where your sight ends, that is one step of this Burak. Imagine he starts walking, starts running, starts flying. What speed is it moving at? 299,792 kilometers per second. That is the speed of this creature, the speed of light. How long does it take it to travel from Makkah to Aqsa? 3,470 kilometers. Well, I know, 50 years, 100 years ago, it was so difficult for people to understand this. That is it possible for someone to travel so fast, so far, yet come back, and Hazrat Aisha says his bed was still warm. According to Newton's theory, if you travel 1/10 the speed of light, time will stop. If you travel 1/10 the speed of light, time will stop. He was moving 10 times faster than that. When he jumps on this Burak starts frisking and moving. So Jibreel grabs this Burak and he says, what are you doing? Do you know who's sitting on you? So it stays still. Ulama gave a very nice point over here to say that the Burak knew very well who was on. Jibreel never need to remind this Burak who's sitting on top of you. But the weight that Rasulullah had, the haiba that he had, the azma that he had, the Burak couldn't control it. It took the touch of Rasulullah to calm it down. And yet Rasulullah moved on it. And as he moved, we know the incident, Wallah, I saw him run through it. He passed the 7 heavens on each heaven. Wallah, while he was going, there's another amazing thing that takes place. While he was going, he had a fragrance. So Rasulullah asked Jibreel Amin, what is the smell coming? What a wonderful smell. And Jibreel tells him a story. That's why in Islam, لَقَدْ كَانَ فِي قَصَصِهِمْ عِبْرَةٌ لِأُولِي الْأَلْبَابِ. Our deen is designed on us taking lessons from stories. He says there was a lady who was combing the hair of the daughter of Feroz. Well, like most of us know the story, but I like saying it. Why? I learned this story when I was a young boy, coming for programs like this. Not in madrasa, when I came for programs, when we came for a big night, or there was some occasion taking place, some Molvisa or some chef used to give a story. This is where we learn these stories. And I want to skip it and get to something else, but then I think of all the youngsters who are sitting over here. When will they hear it again? He asks about the smell. So he says, Jibreel, the angel, is telling Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, in the past, in Musa alayhi salam's time, Pharaoh's daughter, the girl was combing her hair. The comb broke. So the girl said, Bismillah. So this girl, Pharaoh's daughter, she said, is there an ilah besides my father? Is there another God besides my father? So the slave girl says, yes, the Lord of your father and all of us is Allah. So this girl went to complain to her father that this is what the maid servant is saying. So Pharaoh was very upset. He says, I'll make a lesson of her. He brought her with her entire family, all her children. And then he told her, leave the religion. Leave this Islam. She said, never. He says, I'll teach you a lesson. He brought a big cauldron, boiling oil, and he took one of her children and he threw it in. Think of a samosa flying in boiling oil. Now think of a child boiling alive in a cauldron of oil. She stood firm. Second child, third child. She had a child which she was breastfeeding. And they grabbed this child from her. She started shaking. We know a small baby when you hold, you do anything for the child. The child spoke to the mother. One of the few occasions where a baby spoke clearly and said, Mom, don't fear. In the Akhirah, we will meet you on Haqq. And they threw this child in. Then they threw that mother in. All that meat and fat of that entire family was thrown in a pit, in a hole. And now when Rasulullah is going on Mi'raj, close to 5,000 years later, from that meat, Allah is giving the smell of Jannah is coming out. He says, this is the story of this lady. Allah is the side effect of the story. Allah, I'm sidetracking, but I think it's necessary for me to say. When Pharaoh's wife Asiya binti Mazahim, Imra'atu Fir'aun, she heard the story of this girl, she was so impressed, she became a Muslim. Look at the sacrifice of someone, Hidayat where it comes. In the house of Pharaoh. She says, La ilaha illallah. She becomes a Muslim. Pharaoh is enraged, he can't take it. His own beloved wife. Well, that is a long story of how much rare Pharaoh paid for this lady. One riwayat says 700 camel loads of gold. He was so rich, he paid 700 camels of gold for this lady. Yet he never touched her, he never slept with her. Look at Allah's system. What a lesson he leaves for us. He brings his wife, she refuses to accept him. So he says, I will make you a lesson. The first man in history to crucify someone was Pharaoh with his own wife. So he puts a boiling plate at the bottom. They're burning it. They're basically cooking her. She's stuck with nails, crucified. Then they give her something to drink where her entire throat starts ripping apart. And he tells her, give up this Islam, stop it, listen to me, follow me. She refused. In the end, when she was about to die, she was smiling. So Pharaoh is telling everyone, look at her, she's gone mad, she's gone mad. Only Allah revealed to us a few thousand years later in the Quran. إِذْ قَالَتْ رَبِّ ابْنِ لِي عِندَكَ